What is good, y'all? Kip up here. Excuse my chair if you can hear it. But welcome to a new league. Now, you guys know I'm in the MLP, the fourth season of that, but I'm also now in the APL, the Alolan PreBank League, for season 1. This is the inaugural season. Probably the last one because, PreBank just, or not PreBank, Pokemon Big Bank just came out just a couple days ago. But I want to join to this as, just a fun challenge, something that, I just thought would be really cool. Now, the only caveats to the bank rule is that you can get every Mega in the league. You could have drafted any Mega you wanted. That is because there weren't enough Megas for every team to have. So we just included all of them because I think that's a logical thing to do, by the way. But we included all of them because that just makes sense. And yeah, the only other thing that wasn't really bank was that you could get any of the starters. So any starter from from Unova, from Hoenn, etc., which is why I do have Samurai. But this is my draft. Now, the quick rules to the draft is that you can get 2 picks from each tier. There are 5 tiers, which adds up to 10 picks. Now, I will really briefly explain every pick. I did just record this, but for some reason I don't even know what happened. It just didn't encode. So I'm going to try this again just real quick. Tapu Koko, second pick overall. I picked him because I know it's just so versatile. It could run physical or special. It can be a stall breaker with taunt. Creates a ton of momentum with Volt Switch. Just a really potent Pokemon offensively. It can also kind of run as a sort of support. Another thing is that it can stop Mons from stalling me if their form of recovery is rest. But anyway, just a ton of things about it. Physical and special attacking is just super potent, which is why I picked it. Next up, I did pick Mega-Venusaur, my second pick in the first tier. I picked it because I've used it a lot, and it's just so bulky. If you make it bulky or not, you can run it offensively or defensively, although I do pick to use it as a wall a lot. Thick Fat allows it to wall a few of its weaknesses. Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, Knockoff being some of its moves. Can be yet again really strong, really great wall, something I just love. First pick in the second tier was Volley, and I don't know why or how I got it when everyone else could have gotten it. It can be multiple types. Obviously, you can pick any type you want it to be. So if I felt lacking in one sense for 1 week, I could change it to whatever I want. It is physical or special attacking. All of its stats are base 95. Multi-attack is its physical move stab of whatever type it is. It learns Sword Stance, it learns Flame Charge, it learns Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower. All the good special moves, all the great coverage moves you really need. So Pokemon I do really love. My second pick in tier 2 was Gastrodon. I did have a plan that involved Gastrodon, but later in the draft that went downhill, so I might not be having Gastrodon much longer. I might just trade it away. But anyway, I did grab Gastrodon. I love East the most. I always name it East Side. But anyway, it has reliable recovery, and it's just such a wall. I can use it in conjunction with Venusaur really well. It has the ability to scald and burn things. It can toxic things. It can recover and even, it can even stall a little bit. Definitely not an offensive mon, but considering all the mons I have are offensive, it's good to have a wall every once in a while. Next up, we do have Alolan Dugtrio, my first pick in the third tier. I wanted a steel type to go with my a steel fairy dragon core, although the dragon I did want did get picked. Not a big deal though, because I will find a way to get another dragon or change Silvally to dragon when I need to. Anyway, really fast Pokemon, 350 speed, invested with a positive nature. 268 attack isn't too impressive, but with Life Orb and with Sand Force, makes it incredibly strong. Sand Force works if you're in a sandstorm. Tangling Hair is a great ability because say something sets up and it outspeeds one of my Scarf Mons. Well, I send this in, and if it gets hit by a physical move, that Pokemon speed drops down 1. So if it was at +1, now it's neutral, and I could possibly outspeed it and save the game. So that is one reason I have this. Another reason is that I really love it, so that's just why I have it. Now, one of my favorite Pokemon in the game, and one I use in the MLP, is Togekiss. Serene Grace, we all know how great it is. Air Slash, Aura Sphere, Defog is a great defogger. It also gets Trick, things like that. It's just a really versatile mon and one I absolutely love. Yeah, I'm just glad to have it here and in the MLP. Fantastic. Now on to tier 4 and 5. My first pick in tier 4 was Honchkrow in place of Goodra, which is the one I wanted to get because it's so bulky. Anyway, Finium Z with Brave Bird and Tailwind is probably my favorite set and the one I ran week 1. I already did my week 1 match and I'll show you guys that soon. But Tailwind not only sets up Tailwind but gives you focus energy, which makes everything more likely to crit. Along with Moxie, that obviously means great things for Honchkrow, and it also gets Sucker Punch as priority. Now Brave Bird can change into Supersonic Sky Strike with Finium Z, and it'll be base 200 and it will do a million to anything. Next up we do have Rhyperior. Now the issue with Rhyperior is that you have to run it Spidef all the time, because if you don't, it just gets hit by any special attacking move and it just drops. It's my only defogger, my only stealth rocker on my team. Not that I have a huge problem with it, but I mean it does matter in a sense. I had to go into free agency and get a rocker. But anyway, it does have a very diverse move pool and really fun to use. Not a mon I've used at all really, along with Honchkrow and Silvally, but mons I'm very excited to have. Tauros and Samurott were the physical attacking kings of NU. Samurott does get Swords Dance and gets Razor Shell, Aqua Jet, Mega Horn, things like that, but it also has a really diverse special moveset, which makes it really nice offensively. The issue is defenses are kind of low and the speed is kind of low. Tauros gets Sheer Force Life Orb, which, you know, I don't even have to explain that. Also gets things like Fire Blast, gets Thunderbolt, Surf, Iron Head, Ice Beam, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Zen Headbutt even. Just moves that are really good and complement it great. So those were all my picks, and now on to week 1. Quick thing, I'm not going to change how this screen looks because I don't use OBS, so that's a little bit hard for me. I'm done kind of sacrificing the visual quality of the video just to show the battle only. So you guys will have to just deal with this. Not a big deal. However, I am going to have to go back a little bit here. I totally forgot to reset that from the last time I recorded. But anyway, this is the team I brought. He does have 3 fighting weeks, so I brought Substitute Silvally Fighting, along with Multi-Attack, Swords Dance, and something else I kind of forget. I think it might have been Toxic or something for the Snorlax. Next up, I brought Defensive Venusaur, because the only thing that could really hit me super effectively and hurt would be the Drifblim. Along with that, I did bring Life Orb, Tangling Hair, Alolan Dugtrio. I brought Stall Breaker, Tapu Koko, and also an important thing is that I couldn't think of a better move on Alolan Dugtrio, so I threw on Toxic, which matters later in the game. Anyway, Stall Breaking Tapu Koko, holding a Magnet, runs Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Taunt, and Roost. The Taunt was for Snorlax, which I was very afraid of, and also for the Doublade, so that it couldn't set up Swords Dances on me. Even, I guess, for the Beware. I did bring Scarf Togekiss with Aura Sphere as well. Air Slash, Defog, and Trick. The Air Slash was obviously for the Beware and for the Lopunny, but he was just so weak to fighting types, it was a really great thing to see. Then the Finium Z set I was talking about with Honchkrow was what I brought, with Night Slash and I think Sucker Punch as well. So I will show you guys this match. He led off with Mega Lopunny, I led off with Bowing the Scarf Togekiss. He fakes out because that's what Lopunny does, so I mean no huge surprise there, not a big deal. However, I do Air Slash, and because I am max special attack, I don't have like Modest or anything, but I am max special attack, so that would kill the Lopunny, and it has a roll to kill Beware, but I think it did like 80 or something min if he wasn't Spidef invested to Beware, so that's why I brought it. Along with that, if my Lodic wasn't Spidef, it was doing 27 to 32 to it every single time. And with the chance to flinch, I just thought that was a really good thing. So that's why this thing is Scarf. So in response, he brings out his Doublade. I'm switching out because I'm Scarf, obviously, so I can't really touch this thing. He doubles out into his Snorlax, which I don't mind, but I'm not sure what he was predicting. I throw off a Toxic here, so I can slowly wear down the Snorlax. as he curses up, which is very, very scary for me. At this point, I do just want to go on to Venusaur because Venusaur does wall. Also has the knockoff, so he was running like Resto Chesto. I can at least remotely kind of slow it down. So I do Mega Evolve and I do knock off here. And I knock off an Eye of Papa Berry, and honestly I'm not sure what that does still. But he returns and crits me, so I couldn't really tell if he was like Spadef or something based off that because he crit me. I am faster, so I can get a Synthesis off and live another that isn't a crit. As he recycles, unfortunately he can't recycle something I knocked off. I make a terrible play here and I Giga Drain as opposed to Sludge Bombing, so he can get off another huge hit before dying to Toxic. So that was just a bad play on my part. I can't even justify that. That was just a bad play. He brings in Beware, and I think it's banned, so I just sack. He ends out going for an Ice Punch, which does very little because of Thick Fat. He's also Life Orb, so I'm like, I can stall this thing out. I go for Synthesis. As he goes for Swords Dance, he is at 55%, so I think Sludge Bomb should do a lot. It does. I do even get a Poison, not that it matters. He has Ice Punches and does 49 this time, however Life Orb will kill it. So at this point Venusaur does have 2 kills. He goes Drifblim, and I do want to save Venusaur for the Milotic. So I bring out Guardian the Tapu Koko. He Calm Minds, and I'm getting a little bit scared of this thing because it has Unburden. So I do taunt it as he goes for Psychic and crits me. I'm very lucky that he didn't kill me right there. But Thunderbolt does actually OHKO, Electric Train and Magnet boosted, thank goodness. He goes to Blade, and I do want to save Tapu Koko again for the Milotic. So I go hard on Fedora as he Rock Slides. I'm not sure if that was a prediction or if he just kind of threw that move on. But I just Night Slash for some damage, maybe for a crit. He Rock Slides again, so Fedora is gone. Poor Fedora didn't do anything in this game. Kind of sucks for it, but at this point Red Nose comes in, and I think I might kill it with an Earthquake. Turns out I was wrong. He just kills me with the Sacred Sword here. So at this point, I'm a little bit scared of the Milotic. Not very scared, but a little bit scared. So now I go into Baby Arceus, and I Parting Shot. It wasn't Toxic, it was Parting Shot as my last move. So I do Parting Shot, and I go hard into Bowing, because I know Bowling can take it on if, consider I'm Scarf, if it is at -1. So I do take down the Blade. His last is the Milotic, and he has no way of beating me unless he's like Scarf Milotic, which makes no sense. So at this point, I'm just going to flinch it to death. I will speed this up. I Air Slash, flinch, Air Slash, flinch, Air Slash, flinch, and Air Slash, and kill. So good game to DiabloTheReaper. I am now 1-0 in the APL. I'm really happy to be in this league, as I said. Seems really fun. It's a fun challenge. Very happy with my team. Shout out to Boeing for killing half of his team. But thank you guys very much for watching. I also want to announce, along with lives, now that OU on Pokemon Showdown is now combined to one tier, a microphone is coming in. So, I apologize if you hear my dog. But I do have a new computer that I couldn't record on because the microphone was so bad. So that means there will no longer be any lag when I record in any way because I have a brand new computer. I'm so sorry if you guys hear this. But, I won't have any lag whatsoever. And the microphone will be great. So, the audio quality will in turn be fantastic. So thank you guys very much for watching. I will bring more from the APL, MLP, and Showdown Live to you as soon as possible. And I will talk to you guys soon.